Welcome to my thoughts on 8 artisan skilling rework ideas that I do have. And for the 8 skills, that would be construction, cooking, crafting, firemaking, fletching, herblore, runecrafting, and smithing. First off, with construction, there is actually a couple of ideas I have. And first off, number one would have to be the contracts. Now, if you have actually bought everything, you will get this screen right here. In which case, after you have bought everything, there's no XP lamps whatsoever for you to buy. In my opinion, they should add that, as it gives you another reason to do the construction contracts. Now, let's go to our house. Okay, once you're here, we'll make our way to the kitchen, to the sink. With the recent rework to dev costs, what if with 99 construction, we were able to build a item sink? Let's say it costs 10,000 coins to do, and items that are not from Treasure Hunter, no cosmetic tokens, no tokens of any type. Let's say I want to get rid of a Torah plate body, which is about 140 mil cash or so. I'll put it in the sink and it will be washed away forever. But Def Coffer will have that 140 mil based on the GE value or the high alc value, because they are thinking about reworking the high alc prices as well. Instead of the normal, they're going to reduce it to about 60% of the normal version. So this would be a very good way, besides invention, to get rid of items, and it could help iron players because getting GP can be quite hard, especially once they do nerf the high alc prices. And maybe another thing or so, we're able to build more rooms, and we're able to build like a little farming guild of our own where we can have an additional 3 herb patches, although getting herb seeds is quite painful for an iron. For the next skill, which is cooking, maybe add a perk for the 99 skill cape or 120, which has a 2% chance of instantly cooking all fish in your inventory. Now, as for a way kind of around this in a sense, let's say there is a new potion or new spell with necromancy that doubles the speed of cooking, which will be extremely good because cooking is pretty much the most slowest skill in the world, and you're burning your cash away because it's no longer profit. Granted, sometimes rocktails and sailfish can be profit, but like what I'm doing now, cooked sharks are 350 coins. The cooked version is almost 800 coins. So honestly, for me, for cooking sharks, there's no reason to do that whatsoever. But maybe the new necromancy could double the speed, or we get a potion that requires, let's say, 10 sharks and 1 sailfish. We brew it together, and for 5 or 6 minutes, we will cook fish double the speed. Crafting is another hard skill to think about, but this is kind of benefit iron players most, and while mining gem rocks in the Alcryad or in Lunars, instead of it going into the inventory, what if it were to go into the gem bag? This would be extremely good because you could kind of not really AFK longer, but it would be less of a nuisance having to fill the bag every minute or so, in which case your 60 emeralds or rubies could fill up the bag first, and then it starts going in your inventory. Another idea I had was the crystal chisels. Now, there is actually a couple other crystal items that we are not able to augment, but what if we were able to augment the crystal, chisel, add tinker, and maybe, I believe, rapid, so it could have a chance to instantly craft all the gems in our inventory, or maybe make cutting into bolt tips double the speed as well. Although we could have maybe like another Herblore potion, just like cooking, but it doubles the speed of making those arrow tips, because background diamond bolts and ruby are quite important for an iron player. For a main account, maybe the gem bag will be pretty good, although I mean it kind of works already while you are doing Slayer, as it goes instantly in your gem bag, although you do have to pick it up, so maybe we could get like a Bone Crusher auto pickup, but for gems. As for the firemaking skill, this was extremely hard to think of because I did propose the idea that incense sticks are kept automatically after death if you're 120 firemaking. However, they put that in the Herblore Rework shop, which is perfectly fine with me. Now, another idea I did have is, what if the 99 firemaking cape that always acts as a light source worked to free you from Croesus fungus? That way, you no longer need to carry the Orthan furnace core in your offhand, because I have seen a good amount of people, they use either the furnace or the Santa's fire torch, in which case they bring the architect's measure switch as an offhand for repairing those statues, in which case it doesn't really help too much. But if you get that firemaking cape, you can put that in your cape slot and you won't need to worry about any switches. You can just camp that artifact's measure. And yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I was able to think of. Maybe cutting curly and straight Jadinko roots would be better if you just chop it instead of when you cut it, then you have to burn it. Instead, while you're cutting it, you automatically burn it at the same time, because you do have a double click and it makes it a little bit more click intensive. However, if you were able to just cut it and it automatically burned it, that would be perfectly fine, as it is a very viable firemaking method. Fletching is another weird skill, but this kind of goes back into crafting from earlier. While you are making bolt tips, what if you had a chance to, instead of double the speed, maybe with the 120 fletching cape, you have a chance to instantly cut all of the gems into bolt tips. Now, this won't work for uncuts to cuts, because that would be broken for Dragon Stone, as that is about 600,000 XP per hour, but instead make it only while you're making bolt tips. This way it gives iron players a little more incentive to train the skill past 99. And then, well, this, I don't even know if this would be good or not, but let's say you do have 99 fletching and you want to pick flax, and then you have to make it into bowstring. What if, while wearing the cape and picking flax, it would be automatically turned into bowstring? And then keep in mind, you won't be getting the 15 crafting experience per flax to bowstring, but it will skip you saving a little. You have to go to the bank, go to the spinning wheel, then back and forth forever. Instead, this does remove that process, which, I mean, I think it would be good or not. I mean, it could be pretty broken in my opinion, as picking, well, not flax, but making bowstring is good GP per hour. So instead of like 97 GP, you could be picking up bowstring that is about 400 coins. And another idea is, well, this is an old idea, but it's from the crafting community event or something we had, that we were able to make double the items. So instead of, like, let's say we're able to make 10 sets of arrows at a time, we're able to make 20 sets of arrows at a time. I don't know why they never did bring that into game, so that would be pretty interesting if they did. For the Herblore, skill, there's nothing really too good. I mean, the skill itself is perfect. It's the outfit that I do have a little bit of a problem with, and that would be the factory outfit, which does not give you bonus experience like the botanist outfit does. However, the factory outfit is extremely good because it has a small percentage of upgrading your potion from a 3 dose while you're making it to a 4 dose. And then I would love, maybe let's say we get an elite version of this and call it the chemist outfit or something. And I will combine the effect of factory outfit, the botanist for the bonus experience, and it will act as Mortania legs 2 or 3, which will be extremely good because you pretty much have to give up extra experience for the factory outfit for the little small chance of making a little more extra money than you would normally get. For runecrafting, pretty much no one mines pure essence, as you do see me doing in the background, which if you do mine this, it's 2,800 pure essence per hour, but you get 4 at a time, which is horrible. What if instead of you getting the physical item, you'll get a chiseled essence that was a stackable that requires 2 essence that are chipped to make 1 pure essence. That way you're able to AFK this, and you're able to get maybe the same amount of pure essence per hour, or even upgrade that a little bit. Or while you are mining these rune essence, if you do have the rune pouches, you will be able to automatically fill up the rune pouch, and then your Titan can teleport them away from you, because it's extremely annoying as the Abyssal Titan, his spec is pretty useless in my opinion, which they should kind of make that good, but I'm not sure if it is wise to be kind of reworking little dead content in a sense, but getting pure essence on an iron is extremely difficult. You will have to get 85 Slayer pretty much to kill Abyssal Demons, and then you kill those forever until you get enough of them to afford 99 Runecrafting, which you want to go through the Abyss to get the magical thread. I have seen a couple iron players do Runespan to 99, but they have no runes whatsoever. And then basically they just had to train the skill all over again going through the Abyss, in which case they go way beyond what they should have because runes are quite an issue for an iron player. And lastly, the smithing skill. Let's say you're at the forge and you open up the smithing interface. You're going to be making rune arrows for money in a free-to-play world. You have to right-click Open Interface, hold the spam button, and do this until you have a full inventory, which takes a long time. Granted, you do have 90, well, I think like 55 smithing or something, so that your heat is automatically 100%. But what if when you right-click Open Interface, instead of Begin Project, it would say Begin Project and then X. You'll want to put 28. This way, you'll get a full inventory instantly without wasting 2-3 minutes getting a full inventory, and then you can just go and smack the anvil forever until you make the full inventory. And of course, this could work with higher tier items. It's just I have seen a handful of people in free-to-play do rune arrowheads, so this could potentially help free-to-play accounts kind of enjoy smithing a bit more, because I mean, making the process is pretty AFK. It's just getting the forge that's a very annoying thing. And with that, thank you all so much for watching this extremely long video covering over my 8 ideas for the Artisan skill rework. With that, Thank you all so much for watching and enjoy the rest of the day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment as it really does help.